Right, so this is Mr. Ebenezer one more time, the only free tax advisor in Nigeria, giving a basic tax educations to Nigerians for them to be well tutored and know what is expected of them to pay as taxes. What we are doing is to ensure that we are not cheated, and that's why we are doing this free training for various individual Nigerians. So today we should be looking in this video computation of personal income tax. How do you calculate your personal income taxes? It is important for you to know how to calculate so that you will not be cheated. And so when we say personal income tax, they are taxes that individual Nigerians they are to pay to the government. Taxes are what the government uses to finance the operations of governance. So under the new law, we are told because we have not seen it that low income earners are protected. There is what we call free income threshold being increased. That is to say, for instance, if your annual gross at the end of the day taxable gross is 800,000, you are receiving a lesser amount. Before it used to be 300,000, but they have increased it now to 800,000. And the tax rates are more progressive. That is, the higher your income, the higher you pay. And then the greater focus now is on your bank transactions as well as your lifestyle. They are trying to match it. So that is that for that. So we have categories of individuals that this personal income tax actually covers. So we have the first set of people that are known as the salary earners, and we have the second set of people that are the non-salary earners. So salary earners are those employees that earn wages, salaries, allowances, bonuses, and all the rest. So whatever you are earning as an employee working for an individual, they are now taxable. There are no exemptions. So that's that for that. The non-salary earners, they are those that are not on payrolls, who earn other incomes, operate a personal account or personal bank account. So that's that for that. So this video we're going to focus on the salary earner. So how do you calculate your income taxes as a salary earner? What is being charged for as taxes for salary earners is known as pay as you earn. In other words, the higher you earn, the higher your pay. So that's how it is done. So what are the constituents of your salaries? What are the things that makes up your salary? Your basic salary, housing allowance, all of these ones, they used to be divided before. Now all of them put together are your salaries now. So just say your gross, as it were, every money that you are receiving as an employee, every money that they are paying to you, every kobo that they are paying to you, all of them, they are cash benefits to you, and they are taxable except otherwise exempted, and they not give us any exemption as it were. So all of these ones put together, they becomes your gross. So once we have your gross, they are subject to taxes. However, there's some waivers that are given. They give us a waiver that is whatever it is that you have as your gross, you are allowed to pay what we call a pension on it. So we have two type of reliefs, that is deductions that are allowed. We have your pension contributions, those are salary deduction, your reliefs as it were, that are from your taxable gross. Your pension contribution, that is 8% is what you contribute as your pension. So if you are contributing towards your pension, it's important that you remove that amount from the gross salary. You understand me now? So if you have not been contributing to pension before, this is the time for you to go and register, so that you can enjoy some level of relief. So what this implies, if your gross, for instance, your gross salary, let's assume that all of these are above your basic, housing, transfer, utility, all of them put together, let's assume they are 1.2 million naira. So if it is 1.2 million naira, all these other ones that I mentioned, the daily salary deductions, they are what allow for you to remove if you are actually doing NHF. Nigeria Housing Fund, if you are contributing to that scheme, also you are allowed to, you know, relieve it. Equally, if you are contributing to Nigeria Health Insurance scheme, your contributions into that is also a deduction. So what we will advise is for employees, if you have not been doing these contributions before, do it so that we reduce, you know, your taxes as it were. Just an advice. Then you also allow a relief of rent. If you are paying rent, for instance, you are allowed to relieve your rent. 20% of your rent is allowed to be relieved. However, it cannot be higher than 500,000 naira. So it is 20%, the lower of 20% of your rent and 500,000 that will be subject to approve relief. You understand me now? So what I'm saying is this: in essence, let's assume that you are earning uh, monthly 200,000 naira. Hmm? If your monthly salary is 200,000 naira, then your, you know, the month in the year is 12, so multiply by 12 will give you an annual rate of 2.4 million. Uh, Meaning your annual gross is 2.4 million. So if you have your annual gross will be 2.4 million. Let's assume that you pay pension. So if you are paying pension, the deductions that are allowed, deductions allowed now. Let's assume that you are paying pension. You have pension. Your pension is 8%. As your pension contribution is 8%, so it will now be 2.4 million multiplied by 8%. That's 0.8. 2.4 million multiplied by 8%. So that is whatever you have there becomes what can be released. So let's quickly do that calculation. Okay. So sorry, please, 1 minute. For those who may not know how to do this, is 2.424 as it were. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, 1 minute, please. Okay, 2.4 123 multiplied by 0.8. And that will give you 192,000 naira. That's what you are contributing in a year. You understand? So this 192,000, that's what you are entitled to. So it's equals to 192,000. So you're allowed to relieve it, that is, reduce your gross by this total amount. That's your pension contribution. Then, if you are, let's assume that you are contributing to NHS. I think NHS is 2.5%, right? If I'm not mistaken. So 2.5%. That's if you are contributing. So if you have your 2.5%, it means that you have 2.4 million. You see, 2.4 million multiplied by 0.025. So what will it give to us? Let's go and check. 2.4. Okay. 2.4. 1, 2, 3. Multiply by 0.025. That's 60,000. So we have 60,000 here. So let's assume this is the only one that you are contributing. Then, assume you are paying rent now. We were told that the only rent that you are allowed is 20%, the lower of 20% of your annual rent, and your rent cannot be more than 500,000 naira. So it means that for you to even get 500,000 naira as relief, your house rent should be close to about 2.5 million naira. And so if your house rent is up to 2.5 million naira, then you're allowed to relieve rent of 500,000. And understand that you must have proof But for someone that is earning 2.4 million naira annual, your annual rent cannot be 2.5 million. We will contest it. You understand me now? So let's assume, give or take, that your annual rent is, let's say you are living in a one-bedroom apartment in, let's say in Abuja now, that's 600,000 multiplied by 20%. That's 0.2 or 20. That will be equal to, let's check, 2.4 million, 2.4 now, multiplied by 0.2, that will be 480,000. Sorry, please. 600,000, that's what we are doing. 600,000 multiplied by 0.2, that's equals to 120,000. So you're allowed to relieve 120,000. So if you add these three together now, this is 180 plus 192, 120,000 plus 60,000 plus 192,000. You see, that's 372,000. So your deduction will be equal to 372,000. So 372,000. So when you remove, this is annual gross, let's put it annual gross. We'll still do more example. I'm just using this as an instance so that you will understand. Annual gross equals to this. So you can see, and then your deduction is 3.2 million as it were. So if you remove these 372,000, 372,000, they should remove it now. What you have is a taxable or chargeable income. Taxable income or chargeable income. This is what will be taxed. So let's say 2,400 minus 372. So minus 2.4 now. That will be equals to 2,028,000. 2,028,000. This is what the tax will be based on. You understand now? And it is not that there is just one tax, one rate. There's what we call progressive rate. For instance, if you want to charge tax now, the first one that will come here, the first 800,000 naira from this 2 million naira is tax exempt. In other words, you're not going to pay anything between your 800,000 naira. So the next tax that you will pay, let's go and check the band so that you will understand. See the bands here. So your first 800,000 naira, there will be nothing there. Then from 800,000 to 2.2 million, they will charge 15%. So in other words, look at the taxable income is 2,028,000, and look at the tax band that is next, 800 between 800,000 to 2.2 million. 800,000 to 2.2 million. So that is that for that. So where are we? Meaning that our tax will not be since 800,000 is free, so it will now be 2,028,000 multiplied by 0.15. That's the annual tax that you have to pay. So what will it give to us? Sorry, 2028 multiplied by what is it? 0.15. So meaning that the annual tax that we are paying is 304,200 equals to 304,200. That's the total annual tax that you are paying. So your monthly, so your annual tax equals to 2 million, equals to 304,000. And how did you get it? Let me bracket this so that you understand it better. You can see, sorry for my little kata, sorry. and then your monthly tax will be equal to this 304,000, 200 divided by 12, and then that will be equal to, let's check, 304,200 divided by 12. So meaning that every month you are paying 25,000. So every month you are paying 25,350 naira, 25,350 naira to the government of Nigeria. So that's how it is. It's as simple as that. That's how to do the calculation when it comes to uh, salary taxes, as it were. So all that you need to know is to understand this the band. So from 0 to 800,000, you are not paying taxes. Between 800 to 2.2 million, you are paying 15%. Then between 2.2 million to 9 million, you are paying 80%. And between 9 million to 13 million, you are paying 21%. Between 13 million to 25 million, you are paying 3%. And then above, from 23 to 25, I will check, but I think there's a mistake somewhere here. But above, I know that above 50 million is 25%. Okay, yes, between 25 million to 50 million, you are paying these. That's how it is, please. So understand that, and then we apply it. So the tax are actually calculated progressive. So summarily understand that this is the steps to follow. Step 1 is to determine your annual gross, and then step 2 is to deduct your pension, NHI, NHF, NHIS, and other reliefs, approved reliefs. Then you arrive at your taxable income, apply the tax rate band, and that is it. Then divided by 12 months, you get your uh, annual tax, I mean monthly tax that you are to pay. And so please understand that your monthly tax are to be filed or not before the 10th day of the month that follows. You must file your payee. So before the 10th day of the month that follows, that one that you hand the salary. If you fail to do that, penalties accrue. So that's how to actually calculate your personal income tax as a salary earner. The next video will be looking at how to calculate your income tax if you are not a salary earner, like for your personal accounts and your business accounts. So that's that for that. Please, you can as well join our free WhatsApp channels. It's also here, and I will also drop it at the comment section for you to join. Please stay smart, stay protected. Don't allow any tax authority to cheat you. Just as we always advise, don't also cheat the government. So I remain your humble boy. Mr. Ebenezer is my name, and your only free tax advisor that you have in Nigeria. My contact is also here. You can always chat me or don't call, just chat me up. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day.